Welcome back to another video, and in this video I wanted to get something off my chest. So basically it's like this. I feel like everybody that you see here on earth right now are weaker versions of our ancestors, especially black people. None of us are actually fighting right now to save earth. The original ancestors literally fought and died, and they lost because here we are, slaves. They did what they could to beat the system, but we got jumped by other races of people. If you watch the movie Avatar, I'm gonna say it again. Avatar is about the war against black people. Red and yellow people, aka Caucasians, the upper echelon Caucasians, their original bloodline, and the pale Asians, their original bloodline, came together, the Caucasians, and they jumped black people. Therefore, we lost the war. When you get jumped in a fight, you lose. And it's just that simple. And now we have a world where all of us are intermingled now, meaning we have black people, we have more black people, but we have sprinkles of white people, and we have sprinkles of Asians and all of them. And now they got Mexicans and stuff like that, which are really just white people. Mexicans are really just white people who speak Spanish. That's all they are. So yeah, we just have a big bucket of soup due to black people just simply getting jumped. This is the result. And like I say, you want to know why we're still slaves? Because we stopped fighting physically. In the movie Avatar, they literally fought to beat the enemy. Some of them died, and that's just the reality of it. You're gonna have to fight for your freedom. It's that simple. And there's nothing positive about that, and you gotta accept that. And like I say, like we can either wake up and fight, or we can remain asleep and be slaves and try our best to move through this system that they created, thinking that we're cheating it when we're really not. They got us thinking we're cheating, we're beating the system by saving money. And I want to say, saving money is not beating the system. Stacking up on food stamps is not beating the system. Going off grid, living by solar, living in your vehicle, trying to be cheap as possible is not beating the system. Beating the system is actually beating the system, aka beating the enemy's ass, aka waking up, aka applying what you now realize. You see what I'm saying? That's what really beating the system is. And for those who don't believe we can't beat the system, put this into perspective. The system knew that they could beat us. So why don't we have it in our minds that we can beat it? So yes, we can beat the system. We just won't beat the system. We don't know how to beat the system. We won't even come together to brainstorm to figure out if we can beat the system. So that's the problem. They can come together and figure out how they can poison us and stuff like that, but we can't come together to figure out how to not get poisoned. You see what I'm saying? See what type of mental maze that they have us in? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, another thing I wanted to touch on, while I was at work, like I be feeling like, especially black people, like these black supervisors and stuff like that, bro, like I don't understand. It's like black people, they care more about this system than the species who created the system. How can so-called black people care more about money than the people who created the money? You would think that the people who created the money would be more attached to what they created than the slaves. You see what I'm saying? I created the money, so therefore I care more about the money. But yet we are the ones who care more about the money because we're steady trying to get this money. We're steady trying to flex with this money. We're steady trying to outlive the next person with this money and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how can we care more about a system that's secretly and openly destroying us? Like, this goes to all black supervisors, managers, and stuff like that. I don't understand it. Like, how can you care more about protecting their line of BS? Because that's all it is. Like, their jobs and stuff like that. And it's literally designed to destroy us. But the beast is so good at how can I explain it? The beast is so good at camouflaging their weapons. In other words, a job is designed to destroy us. The foods that they manipulate and create is designed to destroy us, but yet they push out these commercials making us think that they're giving us health, but really their poisons are aiding in declining our health. You see what I'm saying? There's no poison inside of the food that they create. The food that they create is the poison. That's why that's one reason why we're so weak, because we're eating the poison. They're not putting poison inside of the food. The food that they created day one is the poison through these factories, which we never needed. Earth is the original factory that produces the food. That's the original laboratory. They created a false version of laboratories, aka the machines, mass manufacturing and stuff like that, in my opinion, and figured out a way to mass produce fake stuff, fake food, and all of this other synthetic stuff. So that's my perspective on that. Yeah, I just want to get that off my chest. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. If you don't, I'm sorry. But yeah, we gotta do better as so-called black people. And for the non-black people, if you really care, you need to also help us in this war as well, and prove yourself that you care. If you're not willing to die to win this war, then you're not real and you don't care. You're acting. And life is not about acting. Life is about being. That's why we are human beings. We're designed to be, not act. Acting comes from Hollywood, and none of us are getting paid to be actors. You see what I'm saying? So how about we just wake up and beat the beast? Simple as that. Thank y'all for watching this video, and like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.